This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and today we're going to investigate something I've been wondering about for a while. Just how tough are Master Lock's, quote, tough cut octagonal boron carbide shackles. In the limited testing I've conducted in the past, I found that they resist hacksaws and small bolt cutters fairly well, which is both promising and a vast improvement over older Master Locks. However, these are really 1980s threats, so I'm going to test them against a more modern threat model. We live in a time when a pair of hydraulic bolt cutters like these can be purchased for less money than a high-quality set of 42-inch bolt cutters. And at only 18 inches long, this is concealable under a coat, and it exerts several tons of force. In fact, more force than a set of 42-inchers. So this is the modern cutter threat. I should also note one more advantage of this. The blades are easily replaceable, and I actually just put a fresh set on for this test, even though this old beat-up set still seemed to work pretty well. So here's what we have. A Master Lock Model M1 with a 7.5mm boron carbide shackle, the Model M5 with a 9mm boron carbide shackle, and finally the Model M15 with an 11mm boron carbide shackle. We're going to start with the smallest and then work our way up to see how these locks fare against this modern threat. So let's head out to the garage and see what happens. Okay, we're out in the garage, so let's start with the Master Lock Magnum Model M1. Going to close these cutter heads around it. Actually, let's do it this way. Maybe you'll get a slightly better view. And we can zoom in on that just a little bit. Okay, that seemed like we got through it relatively quickly, and we do have a tiny little chip in the blades, actually both of them. So it seems pretty clear we would have to cut this twice to get in. Okay, here's cut number 2. Okay, there we go. Got through that one relatively easily. Let's move on to the Master Lock Model M5. Okay, we cut through that relatively quickly. Let's do the other side. Okay, we got into that one relatively quickly. Let's finally move on to this M15, a nice beefy padlock with a very thick 11mm boron carbide shackle. Okay, that took a lot of force on the hydraulic pump, but we did get through that. Let's do the other side. Okay, something unexpected happened there. It seems like the shock of breaking that shackle actually opened the locking mechanism. Not exactly sure why that would be the case, but we did get in. Okay, we're back upstairs, and as you saw, these locks were not able to resist a relatively cheap set of hydraulic cutters, though we did do a fair amount of damage to the blades. But as I mentioned before, they are both cheap and replaceable. Now I should note that this really isn't something for which I fault Masterlock. Though there is some room for improvement, they're pretty close to the front of the pack with these shackles, particularly when you consider the low price point. This is just one of those areas in which shackle technology lags behind the threats. In any case, that's all I have for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.